All right, so you uploaded the base image, the front. There are a few main parts of the app. One is settings, where you can enable different views and have a few options here to change the for default view, layout, currency, language, view controls, arrows. There are a few selectors here for adding buttons for like different if you're gonna have some steps. You can also enable product title here, add product description. These two, they come from Shopify admin panel, so from
Okay.
under products. And then you can also add some additional product media. If you upload it to products, to product section in Shopify, it will show up. So
Okay.
I'll just enable title and description, just so that you can edit it later. Now, the two main parts of the app here in the admin interface are layers and forms. Pretty much layers are the same forms, but because we stack images on top of each other, or we stack like monograms on top of each other, so things are stacked one on another. Are you familiar with
Right.
Photoshop?
Yes.
So our app works pretty much similar to how Photoshop layers work. You have the base layer, and then you have a bunch of other layers that do different stuff. And then you can connect forms with layers. Layers can do different stuff. And forms can feed data into layers. For example, you create a form text field, and then it will feed data into a layer. And you position a layer somewhere on the image, and from the form it will feed the text. Also in the form you can add, for example, color thumbnail, and you can connect a layer with that text to that color thumbnail category, and it will change its color. And then you can create a form with fonts connected to the same layer. You will change the font. You can add a form with sizes connected with the layer. It will change the size of the font in that monogram. So now we will create just quickly one text field, and we will. So
So
first,
we're on layer, which is add. So layer and panel are the same thing.
no. So layers are layers. Custom layers are what is displayed on the preview image, and
Right.
panels is something that is related to the look of the right side menu, where you have all the options that you can choose from. So
Okay.
panel is like a step, can be considered, or a tab. Certain products may have like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, so that can be considered a tab, for example. So the
Okay.
first tab in your case we'll just call customize. You can also just delete this title so that it doesn't show up, because sometimes people like you don't need sometimes multiple tabs or multiple steps. You just need one step, one
Right.
tab. And I'll just right away show you how it will look like on the preview on your store right here. So this is a tab, right? So you have two tabs now, customize and summary. So all your customizations will go into one tab.
Okay.
So this is the tab, customize. You can edit it clicking this button. You can add a description to it. You can select a view to choose if you have multiple views, front, back, left, etc. You can click between different tabs and it will enable different views as well. For example, it can be customized front. You click on it, so it'll be customized front. You click on it, it'll be front. Then it will be customized back. Click on it, you see the back side.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so now into this tab we will add first customization. Customization is pretty much a category of options, option category, or I don't know how better to call it, but for the lack of term, this is what we call it. So we will call it, currently you're interested in adding text, so we will call it add monogram, right, or add text. This customization will be of type monogram field, text monogram field. See, there are a bunch of different customizations. Each
Right. So what's
customization does
so right
something different.
the monogram field? I guess yeah, that's the thing. Where it is text
Right.
list Monogram field. There's a well, okay.
Text list is a bunch of small text field text options. It's usually like predefined text. For example, you have if you fill in predefined text. I love you, thank you very much, bye bye, for example, and then the customer can click I love you. The text shows I love you. Thank you. Text shows thank you. If you want the customer to enter some text, you use text monogram field. If you want the customer to add a lot of text, you use long text monogram field. So currently we go with short version, text monogram field. And then you pretty much can skip most of the options here. They're more advanced and most likely you don't need this at this point. So we added a category. This is the title of the category. Now each category, option category, will have a bunch of options in it. But except for monogram category. Monogram category will have only one option in it. So you can assign only one monogram per one category. So this option will be just your text, for example. And you can always delete this labels and titles so that you have it blank in case you like the way you want to show it. So there are a bunch of settings here. You may or may not need them. So one of them is value minimum length of the text entered. Do you have any?
I mean, sometimes with a number there's a maximum
and then a max.
But really no minimum.
And then there is a max.
Right.
So 100 for now. And you can also add a counter, for example, of how many letters. And then you can add a price for this monogram. For example, adding monogram will cost how much for your case?
Just say $10.
All right, $10 we add here. You can also charge per character. In this case, every character entered will be adding $10. Now you can add weight, but not for monogram apparently, and can add a custom SKU for it. And then you can also have like a small custom character at the end of the text. For example, some customers of ours have a heart added to the end of the text. So the customer enters, I don't know, I love you, and then at the end of the text, by default, there is a heart. So we don't need any of this, so we just save it. So now we have a field that charges $10 in forms. So we have tab, customize, category, add monogram, field, one field per monogram category. And that's it. This is this part. We click save just to make sure we don't lose anything. And then we move to layers. Under layers, we create a custom layer. We double click on it and we have a blue box here. This is the box where the text will appear. So we call it in a your monogram. So
add text.
Your monogram field.
You're right.
Whichever monogram text, add text. So this is just the title of this box for you not to lose it later. You can add more details to it. For example, front view, so that you know where it is if you have multiple views, and then you can have top.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Put top on it. Yeah.
All right, and then the type for this custom layer will be text. So the text layer, here it goes, and then the view is front, and then we don't really need panel to select, but we'll just choose customize. You can also have a default text. For example, I don't know, what type of text would be a default for you?
Customize here or customize it or something like that.
Personalize it. Okay, and then this is the text right here, you see it, and then we move on to advanced tab here. Advanced tab, and then we choose the font size, for example 20 pixels. And then so by default you can have the one font selected. I'll just use, I don't know, this one just as an example, font family. But you can also pull the font from a category, from forms. So if you choose this, then you need to add a source. So what is a source? again, under forms, you will create a drop down with fonts, and then you will connect this layer to that panel, to that category with those options of fonts. So what is I'll show you a little later. We'll return back to that when we go to forms. For now, we'll just set one font in one size, and then it will be always uppercase, for example. You can also unselect it, and then you can, certain fonts have different variations too: bold, italic, etc. Text wrap. Text wrap means that the text will go down next line if it's longer than the defined position, the area for it. Vertical alignment: top, middle, bottom. Alignment left or right, we'll use center. Text width after means that it will go wider or smaller depending on how many characters are entered, or you can set max width of the text in pixels. So for example, for us, we'll just, I don't know, we will use 250 pixels. This is the box, all right, in relation to your item, should be good enough. And then text height auto also sometimes needed. If the person types in too much text, it will get out of the box, or you can kind of fix it by pixels again. So that much, for example, it takes area or not. So
okay, that was the one thing I kept trying to do, is make a box, and the box is actually made by how I set the characters, right? Because on a lot of the other programs, you select first the area that you want the font to go in, and then you go back here by how I'm determining the font size is going to determine my box, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And then, so font color, for example, currently we'll just use white, but then you can also, again, connect it to a form with image color thumbnails, and the customer can choose font color. So for now, we'll just choose one color. Now we save this layer. Oh, actually, almost. I'm sorry. We need to do one more thing. We actually need to take the text source. Here, last option, text source panel. So we created this form already. Customize, add monogram, your text. So now the text will be taken from this form, right? We connected that layer with this layer. This is what I mean by connecting. So I was talking about different fonts and stuff. So look, this is the category creator, like new customization. So here you have color thumbnail. This you can connect to change the color of the font. There is font family. This you can choose for font family, changing font family of that box. Then there is font size. This you can use for changing font size, right? And all of that stuff. And you can also use a text list category and connect it to that layer. That will ultimately just have some predefined text, as I mentioned earlier. For example, I love you, thank you very much, etc. So we don't need this for now. So we created monogram, we created monogram field, we created monogram layer, we connected them, so it should work. We save it, and we just click preview. We go to your front end, and we test it. Let's see.
You made that look too easy.
Hello there. That's it. Here we go. So one font, one size, one color, but you can add on to this. You can add color selector, font selector, size selector. And
can we
can
you just one thing real quick, and that is just, I guess, sort of the next step. If we wanted to offer them just say two different style fonts or two different colors, can you just, so that we're in forms, we've built the customize, then we built the monogram, then we built the your text. Where under the edit options, when you were just showing me those things, where can you just run through one, either a font doing two different font styles or two different colors, how that?
Sure.
Because
Here we
well, you
go. Text. So
customization again.
for color, we use color thumbnail
Okay.
and choose font color. And then we save it and we add edit options and we add one option. We call it red. We choose this red color. We don't charge any additional price. We just save it. Next option we will call green, and we will use this green and we'll save it. And now we'll add new option and we'll call it yellow, and we will use this yellow and we'll save it. So this, we prepared a form for colors. Now we add one more customization. We call it font size, and we use the type for the category font size, and we save it, and we add options again, new options, and we call this, for example, 12, value 12, and save, and then new option, for example, 15, value 15, save. And then we close this one. We have font size. Now we add a customization. We call it font family, and we use font family, and we save it, and we add options, and the first option will be font ABZ, and we save it, and then this, oh, what happened? Interesting. Font, view front, select default font family. Okay. So the font is managed from settings, font manager, and the fonts that you choose here will be shown in that drop down. So you choose, for example, first 5 fonts or whichever. These are all Google fonts that are available. Also, you can actually add custom fonts. If you have your own TTF files, you can upload them into global settings. You can upload your custom font here and save it, and then in your product you will see those fonts under settings, font manager. They will appear here, and you also can add them to the selector, for example, or choose in the layers. All right, so we have font family, font size, font color, monogram. Maybe this should be renamed to font color. Save. Now layers, we have this layer monogram field front view top side. Now we need to connect everything under advanced tab, advanced. So font size, now it's not a set size, now it's coming from a source. So we choose panel, font size, option 12. Not sure why it has only, it was set this way, but let's move on. Font family from category, select panel, category, font family. Font style, text wrap, vertical alignment, text with text month. Font color from category, panel, category, font color, category, font color. Save. Save there, saved here. Click preview. Let's see how it looks like on the front end.
You are recording this, right? Because that went really quick. Okay.
I am. Thank you for watching. Font size. Well, this is something wrong. Yeah, because you need to create only one option. All right. So actually, I was not sure how to use this. You don't need second option there for font size. Actually, it should be only one.
So what you're saying is you put the standard in, and if they want to enlarge it or decrease it, they can.
Right.
Because you just
Yep. So, I'm seeing this functionality first time myself. So thank you for watching. Text. Now color: green, yellow, red. Font size 24. Ta-da! Thank you. Doesn't fit in. it's cut out. The
And that's
word
fine.
it's
Yeah,
probably
the wrapping would have to come in.
all right. So it's probably wrapped, but because we set the width and height of the box, then it just gets hidden. If we made the
Where
box auto, then it would continue kind of showing beyond the limits of the field. And then
where
font
did we
family.
set the width and the height? Because I thought we were setting the width and the height when we set the font size.
Right here under Advanced tab in the layer, you have options called max width, height. See, I set it to predefined, but now if I choose auto,
Okay, I
and then
got you.
I
All right.
save it, and I save here, and I go and reload the preview, we can see how it changes. 23. So now, hello there.
Make it big.
And see, it's now width auto, height auto, it just goes beyond the limits.
Okay.
That's it. Font family. Bam.
So if I want, I guess the second question is, we also want to customize the bottom.
Yeah, you do the same thing for the bottom. So you can do you can do it this way. The top tab will be customized top. Save. And then you can create a second tab, for example, and call it tab customize bottom. Now, sweet thing is you don't have to recreate actually these fields. What you can do is you can create everything perfect, like all correct colors, all fonts, families, font families, monograms, and blah blah blah. And then you can copy it. Copy of a category to customize bottom.
Oh wow, that's
and it will appear here. But then what you'll need to do is you'll need to create add custom layer, and you'll call it text. Hold on. Monogram field front view top side. Okay. Monogram field bottom view. Front view. Sorry, front view bottom. And it will be of type text. And you just drag this thing. Yeah, okay. Probably in order to drag it better, we'll keep it as a square and then change it to text.
Okay, that helps because once it got to that point, I was like, I don't know how to get it to where I need it to.
Text. Okay.
Right.
Actually, it will be much easier if we just add some some defaulted. Let's personalize it. And now you can actually drag it easier here.
Okay.
And then under Advanced tab, this time we will have to add to the second panel. So remember, in the first one we selected top panel. Now we'll use bottom panel, right? But we don't have the categories created there yet. So we'll just use some default font size, font family, and font color. And we'll choose just because we copied the monogram field itself, we can have the text. So again, save, preview, and let's see. So this is top. Hello. This is monsters.
It doesn't have to be perfect. I know what you do.
Customize bottom and hello. Ta-da. Here.
Okay.